Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Sunday sermon. Each week, we try to bring you messages of Holy Spirits. We've been doing it for quite a while now, and we have some really, really good messages out there. Today, we're going to be blessed with St. Christopher. Many of you pray to him already for protections when you're traveling. Uh, he receives a lot of prayers, and I know that we've had him here before, and he has great messages. So, Christopher, I know you're ready to go. So let's get started. Hello, everyone. And yes, as Barry says, many people do pray to me for protection. Many people even wear my medals around their neck, and they think that that will bring them protection in many things that they do. We try to protect as best we can. We try to give advice. We try to tell you when things are going to go wrong or when you're going to make a bad decision. All journeys start with a single footstep. The start of a journey isn't difficult, but knowing where you're going, sometimes that can be very difficult. Your destination can be some places where it's safe, or it can be a place where it's very dangerous. This morning, I want you to think of your life as a journey. When you were born, you took the first steps, and they were very safe. And then you learned from your parents, your family, your grandparents, and all the people that influenced your life. And you began your life's journey in earnest. You decided what occupation you wanted, maybe what religion you wanted to follow, if any, whether you wanted to believe in God or not. You see, the journey of life is full of free will. You're making decisions all the time on this journey. It can be very complicated or it can be very simple. If you believe in God, then the journey is very simple. You know how you're going to handle situations. You know that you're going to try to be a good person. You're going to help others. And basically, when you arrive at your destination, which is heaven, because all life journeys wind up in heaven, when you wind up at that final destination, you will be greeted with open arms, and your family will be very, very happy that has gone before you because they will get to see you, they'll get to be with you again, and your journey was a complete success. On that journey, you made many, many decisions. And you made some bad decisions. Everybody does. That's expected. That's why we're here. We're here to help. If a human life made all good decisions, then we wouldn't have any work to do over here. We could just kind of lounge around and watch what happens. Well, we do watch what happens. And sadly, in many instances, it's not a good thing. Many people choose in their in their life's journey not to believe in God. They don't pray to us so that we don't know what's on their mind. You see, prayer is incredibly important. Prayer is like road signs on your journey of life. When you pray to us, we try to help you, just the same as a stop sign will keep you from getting in trouble at an intersection. In order for us to reply to you, we do want you to pray because you see, that's how we know. If an individual prays to us, the odds are pretty good that he believes in God. Now, we do get many people that try to fake it. We get many people that tell us they believe in God, and then they go out and do all the terrible things they can. We understand all this. You see, you can't hide anything from us. We know. We're in this different dimension and we have access to information. We know exactly what is taking place in your life. The absence of prayer means that you will have an absence of road signs to assist you. Can you imagine driving across any country, and not having road signs? It'd be very difficult. You'd surely get lost. And yes, those people that don't believe in God get lost all the time. You see, they're on a perilous journey. If you don't believe in God, then when you return home to your destination and life's journey's over, you're not going to be treated the same. You see, the whole idea of life is to learn how to serve God and help others. If you fail at life's journey, then there's not a whole lot we can do for you. You're traveling without road signs and you're making a lot of bad turns. You can be in the middle of nowhere where there's no help, and many people are. We come to you all the time and we try to give you messages that will help you, shall we say, stay on the straight and narrow path. The path of life is quite narrow and it's treacherous. Every day you're faced with dangers. Every day. When you get up in the morning, you do not know what comes ahead of you. You actually don't even know that your journey may not end on that day, because there will be a day where your life's journey ends. Death is the common denominator for everyone. Everyone faces it. And when you face it, you return to heaven. Heaven is the life destination. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's very good information for all of you. Many people think they know more than God, or that they become God themselves. Maybe they think that journey doesn't end, but all journeys come to an end somewhere. Even if you decide you're going to travel around the planet, there will be a time that the journey ends. We want the journey ending to be as pleasant as the beginning. We know that the lessons that we tell you are often ignored. When you're driving your car on the street and you ignore a road sign, what happens? If you don't stop for that sign and somebody's coming the other direction, you will have a very rude awakening. You see, signs are there for a reason. They're there to guide. Prayers are there for a reason. They're meant to guide. When you pray to us, we try to answer. Many of you ignore the prayer and just do what you want anyway. But many of you listen, and we are so proud of all those that do. Today, people are drawing away from God. You hear that quite often from those of us that speak to you. God is the answer. There is no other answer. You may think there is. You may think money is the answer. It's not. You may think power is the answer, and it's certainly not. You may think being able to do what you want is the answer, and you're partially right there, because that is free will, and you can use it any way you want. If you use it to lead a good life, then you're doing what you were sent back to do. If you use free will to harm others, then you are assuring that you are not following your life plan. We never tell you to come back and hurt others. We tell you that you will come back. You have lessons to learn, but those lessons will not involve hurting other people. The lessons are for your life plan. Your lessons also affect many others, those in your family, your children, your parents. What you do affects everyone around you. You may not fully take that into consideration. People that commit suicide do not take into consideration what that does to those around them. They never consider the grief that they cause when they take their own lives. But when they come back, when they come into heaven after taking their own lives, we have them watch the grief that they cause, and that is terrible for the soul. The soul never underestimates what a suicide does to those that love them. And people generally underestimate how many people love them in life. So don't ever cut that journey short with a suicide. It has to play out. Now, I can help you. I can give you advice. When you pray to me, you ask for protection. Well, I'm not going to run in front of your car and put up road signs so you know where to go. I can't do that. But I can try to tell you and come to you in your dreams or perhaps in your meditations. I will give you an idea of how you should react. If you have a difficult decision in your life's journey, there are many of us you can pray to, not just me. Pray to the angels, Michael, Gabriel, Azrael. They're all wonderful helps. They will help you understand life's journey. Pray to God Himself. Pray to Jesus. Pray to any of the saints. Pray to the Holy Mother. There are many, many sources of information available to you through prayer. Prayer is almost like going to a library where all the information concerns your life and God. When you pray, you're not going to get bad information. Yes, there may be evil energies try to sneak in, but we'll help guard you from those. You have to make your decisions. Always make the decision based on the golden rule. If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to anybody else. Pretty simple. All journeys are dangerous. There's no such thing as a journey that does not bring risks. Your car may get a flat tire. I don't want to say it, but your ship may sink. There may be many things that go wrong. You think it's very safe, but there's always hidden danger. You see, when you pray to us, we can try to avoid those hidden dangers in your life. They're always going to be there. There may be people, your peers, that try to lead you astray. They may say, "Here, have a have a have a marijuana gummy. Oh, it's the real stuff. You're going to enjoy it." And maybe you enjoy it too much and you get addicted. You see, then you're going to come to us and you're going to ask us to help you. Well, we'll try, but now it comes down to your own willpower. We cannot stop you from doing anything. That's the truth. We can guide, but we really can't say and make you stop doing anything from over here. The only thing that really will stop a person of truly evil is when their life expires. You have to take advantage of every day. You're going to be around terribly evil people. You may work for them. If you do, I would suggest that you go to work for somebody else. You do not have to be unhappy every day of your life. If you think carefully about what you want to do with your life and make decisions to get work that'll make you happy, it'll do amazing things for you. When you are mistreated, it leads to depression. We try to put you on a path where you're not going to be mistreated, where you're going to be treated with love, and where you're going to be treated in the way God wants you to be treated. It's very difficult in this current culture. If many, many people refuse to believe in God, then the world is in for a very dangerous path. You see, all things in nature have a path. The planet that you're living on has a path. There'll be a time that it can't sustain life. And humans will have to have adapted, and they'll have traveled to another planet to live. There are many planets that have paths where life has been obliterated. That's, in many instances, it's very sad, and the inhabitants on those planets weren't able to adapt. And they all returned to heaven and never went back to that planet. There's always several ways of looking at every disaster. I try to prevent you from getting into these disasters. But if on your own free will, you make decisions that bring you down these dangerous paths, there's little I can do. You see that medal with my image on it around your neck? That's only a sign. A necklace is not going to save you. Hopefully, that necklace is a reminder that we are available to help you, but you have to pray with it. There is no inanimate object or idol that is going to save you. That's one of the reasons why Jesus came back. The Romans were worshiping idols. But if you learn to pray, if you ask me or any of the other Holy Spirits to help you, then that help is truly available to you. Seek and you will find. That's pretty true. But you can seek evil and you will find evil as well. If you seek peace of mind, happiness, living God's words, not just talking the talk of God, but walking the life of following God's words, then you will achieve a happiness. Many people do not know what it is to be truly happy. They think money brings it, but in most instances, it doesn't. It brings a lot of sadness. They think that power brings happiness, but it doesn't. Because power often leads to an individual abusing others. And that is something that they'll be judged harshly for when they return. When they return to heaven, and then life's journey is coming to an end, they will truly understand that it was worthwhile making the right decisions and living in the shadow of God's light. You see, He put that spark of light in all of you, so you all have the opportunity to make the right decisions in your life plan. The path of life can be a wonderful thing, or it can be a terrible thing. It's up to you. We tell you these things almost every week, and many of you follow the words. We are so proud of all of you that do. But you will feel great happiness if you can go out and affect others and have them follow God's words as well. When you succeed in changing a person's life for the better, you will know a happiness that you've never felt before. Sometimes people pray to me and I can change their lives. And I know that happiness. I knew it when I walked the earth because I had privileges that none of you will ever have. I walked in the light of Jesus, and I still spend every moment of my spiritual life in heaven helping others. So go out and do the good thing, follow the right path, find true happiness. I know that Jesus blesses all of you that are listening to these words this morning. I hope that I've given you something to think about. So thank you for allowing me to come back. And especially, thank you for letting me speak the words of God. Goodbye. Very good, Christopher. Many, many ways to look at the words of God and his interpretations, but they all lead you to the same destination, which is going home to heaven. Prepare for it. It's going to happen. And it's not hard to prepare. Just live a good life. So goodbye, and we'll be back again next week. Hopefully, we'll continue to do this for quite a while, but that's also in God's hands. So goodbye. Thank you for listening. Tell your friends about us, and have a great week.